I had someone request my never-ending leg yield exercise, so I'm going to show it to you first in the walk. And basically, we just link together different variations of the leg yield. So I'm going to do my first leg yield here across the arena, so from long wall to long wall. And those of you that have seen my other videos, you'll know that our arena is wider than 20 meters. And so I don't go all of the way to the long wall. I have it marked where the 20-meter width of a dressage arena is. So as I come here to where my imaginary wall is, I then do a head-to-wall leg yield. So if I have a horse that isn't very good at the head-to-wall leg yield, I would actually go all the way up against the building there so that the wall would help the horse with this. But this horse is well versed in these exercises. I straighten, and then I do a half circle 20 meters with a leg yield on the circle. To me, this is the more difficult one. A lot of times what we feel on this one is that the horses back off a little bit. And so when that happens, I want to trot a couple steps, and then I go back to the leg yield on the circle. And when I say a couple steps, you saw that was really just break out of the walk. And then I hit my wall, and it's a leg yield across the arena again. And I'm not using the whole length of the arena because at the walk, it's pretty easy for me to get him that sideways. But if you have to take your whole length of the arena to get over to the long wall, you're not going to be able to then do the head-to-wall leg yield. You'll have to go right into the 20-meter half circle, and that's no big deal. Then just do your head-to-wall leg yield down the next rail. And I'm going to make a video here on this exercise in the trot in just a second, and that'll air next week. So when you look at the one in the trot, I'll make sure and make that variation. If I do it in the walk, it'll take forever to get all the way around the other end of the ring. And again, this horse, like I said, he's pretty well versed at this exercise. I remember sitting on the floor in the warm-ups at the World Cup a few years ago, and I can't tell you how many of the riders that I saw come out and just do 15 minutes of walk, and they just worked on really getting the horse sideways off of the leg and getting them really supple left and right, and then they walked them on a long rein for 10 or 15 minutes and went back to the stable, and that was their workout. So this is something that I have always felt for, gosh, I've done it for 20 plus years, this exercise. I really feel it's a great suppleness exercise. I feel their back more underneath them. This horse gets a little too round. I don't worry too much about that because it's not from me pulling. It's from him not pushing enough behind because I have loose reins and he's still too round. And so when I'm really focusing on that contact, that connection, what I'll do with him is, again, I'll just trot a few steps here and there when I feel he's just too behind in the contact. But for the sake of the video, I wanted you to see the exercise at the walk and how sideways we can really go. I mean, we're almost going straight across the arena as he's gotten more warmed up to the exercise. If your horse is struggling with going sideways, what you can do is just do a turn on the forehand and just refresh the aids to moving off the leg. And something I want to note is I see so many riders do this. The horse doesn't move off the leg, and they take the whip and they put it in the other hand. They tap the horse with the whip, and then the horse bucks him off. So please do not switch your whip in the middle of a movement. I feel a lot of times what happens is there's a little emotion that goes on during that. The horse feels the emotion, and they're responding more to that than they are to tapping them with the whip, and the whip is not what moves them over anyway. The whip sends them under in the hind leg. So that's a fun little exercise to play with during the winter. Happy riding, everyone.